conversation today about stakeholder value, building that ship as you're soaring through the air. This one was about 10 years old. Company's been evolving, people getting things done, but not necessarily ready to do great things yet. So we have to kind of bring that conversation together. It reminded me of an adventure when I was a kid. My parents bought a restaurant just because they thought it'd be a fun adventure. So I joined them on the adventure, and I learned a lot about stakeholder value, which is that such a great thing that people often overlook. And sometimes when you think about stakeholder value, you might think about relating people to the numbers and developing these sort of compensation things. And although that's good, I learned a really important context for stakeholder value in that restaurant business a long time ago from mom and dad. My dad was that numbers guy, always relating things to sales and profits and how much money we made today, and very arduous about driving that home with people. My mom was more the relator, kind of the community builder person, and she was as interested in helping people relate to each other within the company as she was relating people in the community to our restaurant and the experience we shared. So a couple of things I thought would be really interesting to share that I shared today, and I want to share with you too, regarding stakeholder value. The first one is relating to people. When my parents bought the restaurant, there was a 40-year-old dishwasher, and of course you might ask, why would a 40-year-old be a dishwasher? Well, with a little knowledge, a little surveillance, we found that he was selling inventory out the back door of the restaurant. So that was one thing we had to eliminate. So that was one way we eliminated waste and increased stakeholder value by eliminating people who were stealing, obviously, ruining the performance. But the other thing I learned was, in getting to know people and learning as much as I could, as fast as I could about the company, I learned about what people are seeing in the business. So those people who were invested in the company really did care about the experience. I was learning from them about how they related to customers. And one of our employees pointed out 7 guys who would come in every Thursday morning from about 9:30 until 10:30, and they would take our best seat in the back of the restaurant in the dining room area, and they would sit there and talk about politics and religion, all the great topics that always inspire cohesiveness among people. But seriously, they would engage in this conversation, and we didn't really think about it at first, but then one of our employees kind of pointed it out, and as we paid attention to it, we recognized this could be a source of innovation for us in our community, because it was kind of that quiet time in between breakfast and lunch when it was quiet anyway, so they weren't getting in anyone's way, even though they have an average spend of about $2.50 because they were all retired on their fixed incomes. But they were a model of what we could do to create this community and invite people to come in during a time that wasn't busy for us to engage in meetings, kind of like a co-working space. So what we did is we invited people to come in there to kind of hold their meetings and maybe just have some light food. It wasn't a big spend. They weren't investing a lot of money, but it's kind of that experience in the restaurant where busy restaurants tend to attract more people. So it was a way to build community and give people a place to meet, like those guys who wanted to talk about things that were important to them. They were respectful of us. They never created chaos but for their interaction among themselves. But it's a chance for us to build a community, fill up that dead space, and create more interaction among people. Really a lot of fun and innovation. The other one was in relating to people, as my mom taught me in the business. I would listen to our employees about how we could improve and different ways we could eliminate waste and be more effective in how we delivered our service. And in just reflecting with them every week, I would find that a few would like to go out for dinner because they were kind of tired, they didn't really have any plans. So we'd go out to our competitor restaurants and we would enjoy dinner there and learn about what they were doing and what seemed to be working well and not working well with them. So I could relate to people in our company, and we could get to know what else was going on and maybe strike up a good idea that maybe we could do better in our restaurant. 2 great sources of innovation and recognizing stakeholder value that wasn't always about driving home the numbers. A couple of takeaways for you. Keep doing great things to explore the possibilities from what you've learned so far. Thanks. Talk to you soon.